Welcome to episode 42 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just zombie devour the brains of our problems. Just chomp up all those problems. I use that one for a reason this week because we have a guest. We have a guest that's coming up. But
we have a guest today.
We have a guest. It's one of our favorite guests. But before we get to that, Steven, how did you do this week? What were you up to?
I finished the comic. Pencils, still got a color, but I finished all the pencils.
You finished the comic?
I finished it. It's done.
Everyone, we did it. If you're watching this, it took 42. Okay. The answer to life, the universe, and everything, and also when we're going to finish the comic is 42. So, thank you, Douglas Adams. We finished the comic by episode 42. We did it. Solved all the universal problems of the world. You're welcome. And thank you, Douglas Adams, for foreseeing this. You're amazing. No, dude, that's amazing. I like all the pages look so beautiful. I love them. You sent everything you sent to me is just gorgeous, and I just oh my gosh, I arranged them all in document, and I just I did the lettering of 3 pages and then failed otherwise. Steven, I failed this week.
It's okay. I conquered the pencil, so that's enough for both of us for the show. Both of our hands are on the steering wheel right now, just smiling at each other as we
drew these pages.
We did this. Because here's the thing: is worst case scenario, people can have a black and white issue of Play It Again. I mean, worst case scenario, you get the book now. There's nothing worse than this.
He's completely right. Worst case scenario, I only have a few more pages to letter and we're done with the book completely. We could very easily release a black and white comic book and it's done. There's no excuse beyond this week of me just finishing the last of the lettering to not have a book. So I'm going to do nothing.
If I was going to say, if a freak accident happens and we're taken from this world, I'll make sure there's a contingency plan in place for Tina to ship out.
Finish this comic in crayon. Atlas has this. My son will finish this along with Steven's daughters. They will color it. It will be fantastic.
Their podcast will be, we have even bigger issues because we're trying to recover from the deaths of our parents.
We have daddy issues. That's for sure.
We have dad issues.
We have dad issues.
Dark joke.
Dude, I didn't get much done because I'm on the last week of having Atlas for basically a month. Which is a lot of fun. I love him. We've been having so much fun together, but I'm just at the end of my rope. I'm a desperate fool at the end of his pitiful rope. No, but I'm just I need a little bit of time. I've been spending every Wednesday I've been watching weird movies. I've been doing a weird movie Wednesday and posting it on Twitter. That's been a lot of fun. It's been kind of a great relief because I do all the editing of the podcast. I do all of the comic work. I spend all my time with my son. And then I have Wednesday where I'm here it is. It's happening. I get something that where I have no real stress. I can just put on a dumb movie and just make a couple of dumb jokes with friends. And it's it's been so great.
This is great.
This Wednesday is the first time that Voldemort's going to take my son for, in a month. So I am
so nuts.
I am ready for this mini break where I'm going to finish all of my lettering. I know we usually save that for the end, but I'm going to finish this freaking book this week on Thursday because I have off and I also won't have my son, so I have no responsibilities aside from the book. I'm going to finish this book. So you already finished all the art this week. We're going to finish this book for good.
That's good.
That's it.
Well, colors, but still the book itself.
No, but colors. But I mean, as far as
the content-wise, all the content that you could possibly receive from either one of us is done.
It's done. So it's so exciting because then all we have to do is coloring, work in the music, and that's it. We got it. We got this, and then we can work on Deathless, which, by the way, I'm not going to get into this week, but I have been just I was at work today, and then we were dead, and I just took note after note after note of what I'm going to do in Deathless, and dude, I'm way ahead already on Deathless, and I didn't expect to be writing on it at all, but I just did at work because I felt like it, and
I've talked about it before. It's called the perma deficit. What it is Anthony has to constantly stay 10 steps ahead of me, so that I'm always chasing that beautiful tail of his.
It's true. My tail is not as beautiful as it should be. I feel like
it's a gorgeous tail.
One of my New Year's resolutions should have been create a butt, go the anti Hank Hill route and form a butt, and that's all I want. I need a butt in my life. I do, Steve. No, I mean, by the way, I'm not dating. I give up. I quit. I deleted the dating apps. I give up on everything, not in a negative way, I'm going to finish this book and get Kevin Smith on my podcast type of way. I'm going to be
And it's gonna happen. We're putting that into the universe like right now.
I am burdened with glorious purpose. I am going to make this happen. But anyway, so we do have a guest. I don't want to keep him waiting too long. But so this has been a great week. We finished the book. This is like, we have so much to celebrate, and it's kind of cool to have a friend back on the show so he can celebrate something he's working on. We would like to welcome Steve Urena again. Hey, Steve.
Finally, and it's good to see you guys again. Also, we all have our quarantine haircuts, which is great. Steve, you look amazing.
Thank you.
It's not even fair, right? Look at Steven's hair. It's just majestic. It's like he's a lion. He's a lion.
I'm so afraid that I'm gonna lose it, but I'm 34 now, so I don't think I will. No, I'm like so nervous.
Okay, here's the thing. Like my hair is already thinning a little, so I'm like, oh, most of this is going, baby. It's gonna be gone by the time I'm 50. It's gone. I'm gonna
use it while you have it. So
oh yeah.
My dad has the cul-de-sac on top where he has hair on the sides and then on top. So when I was a kid, he got mad at me because I didn't get like good grades or something like that. And he's like, what are you going to have in 10 years that I don't? And smart ass me goes, hair.
Nice. Yeah, of course. But that's,
oh man.
And I was right.
like a dagger to the kidney.
Yeah, you look so much better than you did last time that I'm pretty sure it's like our views are going to go up. First of all, thanks.
The handsome trio.
Yeah, handsome trio.
I had quarantine hair and like I shaved just before like I did the interview because I was like, oh, maybe this will be better, and I looked awful. I was like, this is
why did I do
back,
this?
And I was like, it's all good.
I immediately regret this decision.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, maybe the guy who wrote Slowpoke should be a radio guy, so we don't see his face. You know.
For those of you who have not seen our previous episodes, Steve is the writer of an amazing book called Slowpokes. He also has a new book coming out that has a Kickstarter. We're going to be talking all about that. But Slowpokes was a amazing, hilarious horror comedy book about super speedy sloths that are just murderizing people. It's behind Steven's head, perfectly haloed above him. Not anymore. Now it's to the side. Now it's slightly above. Steven, you ruined the thing. Yeah. So
no, it's right here.
So we talked all about it. I'll link that episode below so you can all like catch up on that. You should definitely read that if you haven't already, because it is amazing and hilarious and perfectly like just it has all the heart that we need in our lives. Steve, have you been paying attention to the fact that I've been doing Weird Movie Wednesdays? Because I know you want to start doing Weird Movie or like Bad Movie Thursdays, right?
Yes, I've been seeing Weird Movie Wednesdays on your feed, and you're picking some really good fucking bad movies. It's awesome. Like I love to see. I'm gonna have to jump in one of these.
Oh man. Okay, so this week we're gonna be doing a movie called Carousel. It's about a sentient carousel plastic horse that comes to life and starts murdering people. And I watched some of the trailer. I watched like enough of the trailer to know I'm gonna love this movie. Like, you know, like I was like, I don't want to spoil any more of the deaths because it's like there are so many creative deaths just in like the 2 minutes I saw of the trailer. I was like, I'm in this movie. I need it in my life. So that's what we're doing this week. So when are you going to start your thing? Because that sounds cool.
I'm starting mine Thursdays. We're going to do Zombie Date Night Thursdays. Every Thursday until the campaign ends, we're going to be doing zombie movies on Netflix. I figured Netflix is just easier since everybody has that over the other ones. Also, we've been using Teleparty to watch these Netflix movies, and it's just made it so much easier just because like we could all watch at the same time. I could pause, we could talk, we chat, and I cannot wait because our first movie this week is Zombieland.
Oh, that's
who doesn't love Zombieland?
That's a strong start. Yeah, it's a strong one.
So since we're already getting into like the concept of zombies and stuff, do you want to give people kind of a quick elevator pitch of your current Kickstarter project before we
talk about it? Absolutely. So Zombie Date Night is already on Kickstarter, and basically the premise is what would make a blind date more awkward? Zombies, of course. So I remember going on dates, and I'm sure you're having the same issues happening or the same things happening where you're just wondering like who am I going to meet on this thing. And so when I used to be on Tinder and Bumble and all that stuff, I was like, oh, imagine if I went out with somebody and like a zombie invasion happened. Like what would happen? Like I would it's awkward already, that would make it more awkward. What if you didn't like the person and you're trying to escape and the zombies happen? Like, do you save them? Do you not save them? Do you keep going? Like that's basically where Zombie Date Night.
Yeah, because you don't really have a lot of the personal connections at that point. Like this is just basically a stranger. Granted, it's a stranger that I'm somewhat into, but am I going to risk my life during a zombie apocalypse?
Especially if you had a bad date. Like So me, I'm a terrible human being. So if I had a bad date, I'd probably dip on them. But
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
I'd be like, oh, I thought you were dead. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Oh man. Yeah, bad dates are it's insane.
I want to hear some good ones. I know you guys got stories.
Okay,
What's
listen.
the worst date you've ever been on?
The worst? Okay. The worst is hard for me to say because I've been what I would call catfished at least 4 times in my life.
Wow. Well, you got to stop dating bots. You know what I mean?
I can't. First of all, I fall in love with these bots.
He lives for the bots.
I live for the bots. I'm like, you have my heart. You make my heart beat boop. You know. So it's like there's certain expectations that get set up when like you see people's pictures and you're like, okay, I get what you look like. Like we're attractive. Like we're attracted to each other. To
we're attractive. Yeah, the hands.
We're
like,
too attractive.
All attractive. All of these guys. No, but like. But you know, when you meet someone or when you see someone online, you're like, okay, like we have a mutual attraction for each other, whatever. Absolutely. So and you already have that. That's like that's like the base level. And you're like, oh, I hope we have more in common. We talk, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. If you ever like have that mutual attraction with someone, but then you meet them in person and they look completely different from their pictures, it sets everything off. Like it's just like this.
You lied to me.
It feels it's an utter deception. And
it's literally the SNL skit
of you.
It's literally the SNL skit with Chris Farley with the decaffeinated coffee crystals. Do you remember that one?
Yes. What?
What? You lied to me.
Yes. No, but that's exactly what it feels like. And but the weirdest part about it is like you feel that deception, but you're like, okay. And you like for me, I try to talk myself into it. I'm like, okay, it's not that they're ugly. They just look completely different. Like they're just I don't even understand it. Like I get like flattering angles. Everyone has them. No one's intentionally taking a bad picture to be like, this is what it'll look like from the worst angle possible. I get it.
Except me.
Yeah.
A lot of people do the like, this is my good side, and then everybody's pictures are like this. Like,
yeah. It's true. Like every single picture.
This is like my best angle right here.
But
I would love if you did that and there was just another face.
It freaks you guys out. Like I had that joke, like just like hoping you're just gonna set it up.
You always have it ready.
Since episode 1, baby.
Oh man, I'm just gonna edit a face on the back of your head now. It's gonna be me. No,
it's gonna be your face like this.
Dude, so like, okay, like the worst version of that was someone who was like, clearly, I'd say they looked in person like 10 years older than they claimed. Like they looked.
Did they have the Benjamin Button disease?
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe like
time just passed, man.
I exhausted them with my conversation. I don't know what it was. It was just like they got sick of it. They were like, I'm old now. They didn't like feed on the youth that day or something. I don't know what it was.
They didn't hocus pocus suck
like, from little children. Yeah. So, dude. So it was like that, and then like I expected like more of a frame of your face, and I don't see that at all, and it's not fair, and I don't know how to feel about it, and I can't really talk about it because it feels uncomfortable.
No, you cannot talk about it.
You can't talk about it. But like the truth is like it's a weird deception, and like it starts off. It makes you feel uneasy like right away, so then it's like
because they weren't honest with you,
obviously. Of course,
but, obviously that especially in COVID, I'm sure dating now is probably tougher.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Like I haven't
dating with masks and then the girl has like no teeth, or like the guy has no teeth.
Can you put the mask back on, please? I'll put mine on. You put yours on. We're good.
Let's just accept the fact that we're living in a post-COVID world. Okay, this is how we're going to look most of the time anyway. So let's just see if you like me with the mask.
You like me? Yeah.
So I always remember when I was doing Tinder, Bumble, or whatever, and just one profile always stuck out to me. It was this girl who said she's a baby mama, Slytherin, and I was like, I roll with Hufflepuff.
So you're swiping hard left on Slytherin because
I swiped right. I wanted to see what was going to happen.
Of course.
I like to live dangerously.
But it's funny because like the girl I'm with, her name's Allegra. She's awesome. That was my first, I guess, dating app experience. Like I had the dating apps. I always I had people, match with me and things like that, or not match with me, I guess.
Right.
And I always was like, oh, I want to be the last holdout. Like I want to meet somebody just regularly off the street or like hanging out, like whatever. Not off the street, Allegra. Sorry if you're watching, but yeah, I met her on a dating app. She was the first girl I met on there, and we just hit it off. And like it's been 3 years, and I cannot believe that shit.
That's amazing, though.
But before that, I have terrible stories of just meeting people who just either it would always be a story, like they would always have a nickname, they would always have something that happened with them.
Yep.
And I'm sure you guys have those stories as well.
Well, Steven doesn't, because Steven
I've been with my high school sweethearts.
Nice. That's good. That's a keeper. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, no, Tina's amazing.
Tina and I were dating before, like, I think Facebook. Like, wow. I don't think, Tina and I were we were MySpace official. I didn't even have a smartphone when we started dating. So
in my high school, there was these two girls fought because one girl took the other girl out of their top 3 or top 10 or whatever.
Yeah. And that was big.
It was a brawl. It was a fucking brawl.
My top 4 was so hard to keep tight because it was always like between like Tina, Anthony, Tommy, and Mike. And then like there would be that 5th friend that might alternate in if Mike was talking some crap that day. But like my top 4, like it was an offensive thing to remove someone from your top 8, top 4.
What was that commercial for the phone? It was like, I'm going to remove you from my top 5 or possibly my life altogether.
Is it because of the tat? He's got a lower back tattoo.
Yeah, we've all I've had some terrible dates. Like one time, a girl's mom called me while we were on our first date.
Anthony dates crazy people.
Yeah, so
you have a type, and clearly
I do. It was really interesting. Like, okay, so it's very understandable for like people, for like someone to check in, right? For someone to be like, hey, some guys are crazy, a lot of guys are crazy, most guys are crazy. Just check in, let me know that you're not murdered. I get that. That makes total sense. During the date, this person, like, she went off to the bathroom. She was gone for a while. I was like, okay, she's pooping during date 1. That's cool. No big deal. Everybody does it. It's not like
she's comfortable with you.
Yeah, she's comfortable with me. That's right. So that's right. So, dude, so she's gone. She comes back. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, my mom has been texting me. I just want to make sure she's comfortable and knows I'm okay. She knows I'm out on a date, but you know. So it's like, I totally get that. That makes sense. You want to talk to your mom. You know, you have your, like, now that she feels secure, let's keep talking. So we're talking. She's like looking at her phone. She's like, my mom's calling. I have to go talk to her again. So I'm like, okay. So she does this like 3 times. And like, so in my head, I'm like, is she not enjoying the date? Like, I don't know. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't care. She also, this isn't even an important part of the story, but happened to be one of those people who I would say catfish me, by the way. She was though, several inches taller than, like, she was almost as tall as me, which I don't care. I just thought it was really funny because, like,
is that a reverse catfish? Because
it was a weird, so I thought
she was like a tall, beautiful model.
She was like she was gorgeous. I don't know what happened. No, but
it's so like the opposite for him. Like he likes like very like gross people and stuff. Like
I need rolls and bots. Well, okay. What I'm looking for is I need a computer. I think I'm looking for a phone in particular. I'm looking for it's a robot is what I need. No, okay. So finally, like, the mom stops like messaging her, and like we kind of like have a good conversation. We're going, like, you know, having a good time. At the end of the night, we go to like say goodnight, and she's like, oh, I hope I get to see you again, and like we're, you know, kind of like having like a cute like goodbye.
Did she pick you up?
Yep, hands under my armpits, just lifting me, taking me a goodnight kiss. Like, and I was like, ooh, yeah. So
it was me. I was
it was Steven the whole time. You missed out, fired me like you wanted to.
Raincoat.
So, dude, okay, so suddenly, like, as we're about to, like, say goodnight, you know, finally, my phone starts ringing. I'm a single dad. If my phone starts ringing in the middle of the night, I'm like, I have to get it.
Emergency, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my, like, something happened to my son, like, I have to get it. I'm like, I'm so sorry, hang on 1 second. And I look, and I'm like, it's not a number I know. So, and we all get like scam likely calls. We all get like, you know, Morpheus calling us throughout the day, like randomly.
Absolutely.
But like, dude, but the truth is, like, you usually don't get those calls after like midnight. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually like midday or something, or, you know, like dinner time. So I was like, I don't know this number. It's a local number too. And I go, I don't know who this is. And she's like, that's my mom. So I was just like, I don't.
What a twist!
What a twist! I was like, this is not the way I expected to get 2 girls' numbers in one night, baby. Yeah. So
M. Night Shyamalan just like directing your date. It's crazy.
Yeah. So no, it was crazy. So I should have just answered and been like, "Good luck," you know, like if it's your daughter you're after, I can tell you that you're
got her now.
No, so no, dude, but like, so I didn't answer. I just like hung up, and I was like, "Why though?" I was like, "Why is your mom calling? I don't understand." And she's like, "I'm so sorry. She's probably just she's worried about me." I was like, "Whoa." But here's the thing. You've talked to her like 3 times during this one date.
You could have just said, "Hey, I'm having a good time."
Yeah. Like, you've talked to her 3 times during this one date, and you seem to be having a good enough time. I don't understand, why does she... Now, maybe she has my number in case, like, you disappeared. And I don't... Like, maybe, but, like, what did the mom expect from me? I wish I would have answered, because, like, okay, let's just pretend for a second that I was making, like, clothing. I'm making lamps out of daughters here.
First of all, you didn't get the measurements right, because this girl's like 6'7". So
okay, look, I'm thinking standing lamp.
That's a long lamp leg.
One of those big. I
was just gonna make.
So I want to make a giraffe lamp. I'm just gonna. It's a human shape. Yeah. So no, dude. So okay, but what did she expect? Was I gonna be like, no, she came and I murdered her. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. It's a thing I do. I'm so sorry. Like no, like what? If I was a murderer guy, I'd be like, she never showed up. She never showed up for this date. I don't know what you're talking about. I would, or like, there are so many things you get. Or I would just be using a burner phone the whole time. If I'm gonna murder someone on a dating app, I'm not gonna use my real like main number, right? I mean, like, who's doing that? What?
That would also be annoying as a serial killer. You'd be getting calls
constantly. Yeah, you can't do. I mean, good for them if they're getting the matches, but terrible. Like, what are you doing? It can't be working. Anyway, I just thought that was so crazy. And then so we ended up kind of having an awkward like, okay, good night, and she texts me and she's like, hey, I hope it's not an issue. I'd really like to see you again. My mom just worries about me because sometimes I make impulsive decisions, and all this. And I was like, you're 33 years old.
Yeah, your mom shouldn't be calling you.
I was like, you're 33 years old. We are in our mid-30s. It's like, it's okay for someone to worry, but she shouldn't be calling me about your impulsive decisions. Am I your impulsive decision? Was she trying to protect me from you? I'm not.
Maybe she's like, don't do it. Don't do
it. Like, let me tell you all the red flags. First of all, I'm calling you. That's number 1. That should be enough. Like, so I don't know. So anyway, we've all had like really bad dates, but no zombies, Steve.
No zombies. But I'm gonna tell you a story real quick.
Go ahead.
I did go out with a girl who believed mermaids were real, and that was you weren't prepared for that when you were drinking.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah, she believed mermaids were real. She was a DJ like / singer. She could sing really well. I'll give her that. But like she would be constantly like, oh, she'd be sad about stuff. I was like, oh, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? She's like, I'm just sad I hadn't made it. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you guys got to keep trying, just got to keep hustling. And she told me, she goes, you don't know how the business works. And like, that kind of like turned me off. I was like, well, I was trying to be nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
support
it. Yeah. And then, but in my head, I was like, well, clearly you don't either.
Yeah.
But she was very nice and everything, but like, it didn't work out because she was mean. Like, I was like, why are you being so mean for no reason? I'm trying to be nice.
Did she think, okay, so she believed that mermaids were real, so maybe she believed that only sirens become famous. Like, maybe she thinks it's like
she said that, like, the top artists of today like sleep their way to the top, and I was like, okay, but like Lady Gaga is fucking awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to be talented. Also, I was like, why don't you be a mermaid? Why don't you be like a mermaid DJ? Like, there's nothing like that out there, and we haven't heard from her.
Making money.
Exactly. Making shells.
Making shells, whatever you need. I bet in her apartment she had gizmos and gadgets aplenty.
Yes, many thingamabobs.
Who's it and what's its galore? Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we've all been on awkward dates, and it's just the whole process is awkward. So I wanted to make sure with zombie date night to capture that awkwardness and then add zombies to the mix too.
Dude, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's perfect. Like, people love to hate on zombie stuff as if it's like cliche or like overdone, like an overdone plot device. Like,
it is. I feel like there's a lot of it. There is definitely a lot of it. But there's a lot of every type of horror too. Like, there's a lot of possession. Right now, I think it's about the time loops. Right now, where there's all these movies about time loops, and it's all Like it's all the same time loop.
I mean, listen, we're making a book with time loops, and I need you to calm down.
Never mind. Sorry.
We're just attacking each other here.
Yeah. Oh, you know, zombies are shit. It's like,
yeah, well, how about them time loops though, bitch?
Yeah.
Damn it, we're all time loops and zombies over here.
Well, here we go. I think you should make a time loop zombie movie.
Zombie movie. I was gonna say perfect. Yes, dude. Okay, so what I was gonna say was just like I think that zombies, like time loops or anything else, is like it's a device that you can use. Like in a narrative.
There's a lot of zombie stuff, especially with that Army of the Dead.
Oh, dude. So
I love all zombie movies, but like Army of the Dead didn't make any sense. Like, you know what I mean? There's movies.
No, the story made no sense at all. It was insane. Steven, you haven't watched that yet, right? Because it's like 7 hours long.
I have not watched it yet.
Okay, I'll tell you my quick theory on this movie. It's a literal, the universe that we're watching in the movie is a video game. We're watching a video game. That's what it is. That's my theory. I think the movie itself is a video game, and because everything works as this like over the top characterization like of every character, and then there's the plot itself is absurd, but it's very much like a mission style like video game. So and they even show like they even make a kind of point at one point throughout the movie, and there's a scene where you see dead characters, and one of the characters has this like kind of like shower thought of like, that's us, we've been doing this before, blah blah blah, and he has like this kind of passing weird existential thought where like you just kind of be like,
you now just made this movie good.
Yeah, what I think is I think we're actually watching a video game. And I think that like that's kind of like a safety net that Zack Snyder has that like we're not supposed to know about yet, that I think that in future he's going to reveal at some point.
Imagine he's watching this and he's like, oh.
Yeah, but
exactly.
But dude, it's like, but that movie, you're right though. Like, I'm totally with you. Like, the only way it makes sense is if it doesn't have to. Like, if it's a stupid video game where it's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of people who like, because the plot makes no sense. They like the character motivation makes no sense. They're like, we have to go and get all this money in a world in which there are zombies. I'm like, I don't believe that money has.
Also, that the guy who sends them on the mission, like they don't have the code. Just give them the code.
Yeah, it's so simple. Like,
you're safe. Just give them the code.
But like,
also, money doesn't mean anything in a zombie world. Like,
exactly.
Right? Like, what am I going to use this on?
Yeah, dude. So I was going to bring
zombie strippers,
of course, which is a movie.
There's that movie, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jenna Jameson's in it. Yeah, I watched that. I watched that years ago. I got it for like 99 cents at Blockbuster because we're old.
We're all hunched over.
But I was actually going to bring that movie up anyway, just because it's like that was an attempt to, I mean, they obviously mashed a lot of genres in there, but like
the funny part about that movie is that like how Tig Notaro and Batista
that was amazing.
They were never in the same scene. Like they never even met each other in real life. They just kind of like put them, they used camera tricks to make them seem like they were in the same room. Which I think
I mean, I think they mostly pulled that off. Like, if I didn't know that, I probably wouldn't have noticed it as much. But I did know. It becomes really apparent if you know it as going in.
Hey, over there. Hey, it's me, Tig.
It's me too. You know me, Tig. Dude. So like, anyways, but that movie's mostly like a heist movie. Zombie movie. I mean, it's there are other.
The thing with that is like, how do you do a heist movie and a zombie movie? Money doesn't mean anything.
Money doesn't mean anything. It's ridiculous. I know, dude. I know. But like, it's kind of cool because like, obviously there have been some Shaun of the Dead is the closest I think we've really come to a good rom-com with zombies. It's Shaun of the Dead and like Zombieland is like kind of close to a rom-com, zom-com, like some rom-com. But zom-rom-com. But it like there haven't been any like casual dating movies that I've seen with zombies or anything like that. So I think it's a really cool idea, and I think I just think there's so much you can do. So I'm looking forward to your book. What did you do? What did you do when you were like writing the book to kind of like steer away from things that you knew people were going to be expecting, or did you lean into that stuff?
I tried to do something different.
Okay.
And I tried my best, and we'll see what the reviews say after it comes out. But like, I had the idea of, the zombies and the date and things like that. But then the characters that are in there as well, because it takes place in a mall. Like there's just all types of like crazy things that are happening. Like we have the grandma with the chancleta beating the shit out of the zombies. Like that to me, I'm like, that's to my grandma who passed away a few years ago.
That literally was like that. I would have read it regardless, but that's literally like what sold it.
Well, for me, it was like I was just having fun. I was like, that's what I want to do. Like with all my projects that I do, like I love comics and everything like that, but like my goal isn't Marvel or DC. Like if that happens, great. Like that would be cool. You know what I mean? I would give it a shot. I want to have as much fun as possible. Like
for sure.
People like you has given me like, it's been awesome. It's just been an incredible experience, and it's positive, and like I can do what I want to do. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, it's just a learning experience. The risk isn't that high. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it's been so great. And I think it's very therapeutic, especially after COVID and everything, just writing ridiculous stuff. Because Slowpokes is good. I think Slowpokes is good, but it's not like, it is what it is, the B movie. You know what I mean? It's a B horror movie. With Zombie Date Night, I was able to branch out a little bit and be like, all right, I could have fun with this, but I can kind of make a little bit more, not so many caricatures, I guess, or not so many like where it's positioned this way. Like, okay, here we have a little bit deeper characters than the last one. And Karate Carlos, who I love Karate Carlos.
Yeah.
I love Abuelita because she beats the shit out of fucking.
Oh, it's so cool, dude. I've seen people on Twitter already say like they're sold on the book just based on that character alone. Yes. So that's amazing. Dude, that's gonna be so cool. So is this a finite book? Do you have a plan for the end? Is it a single issue thing, or is it going to continue?
So I have an idea. So like I would like to do Zombie Date Night, Zombie Double Date Night, and like going. You know what I mean? Like obviously it's not going to be like, I think Slowpokes will have a longer shelf life than this. I feel like this is more of like, okay, we'll see maybe a 3-act story, maybe 4 issues, something like that. That will have like more of a finite thing. But like I just had so much fun writing it, and I did 32 pages too, because so with Slowpokes, everybody was like, "Oh, I wish it was longer." So I was like, "Okay, let's give them longer. Let's see what they say," and then they'll read this and be like, "It's too long."
No, man, bigger is better. Size matters.
Yes, size matters.
But you got.
Sorry. No, don't do it, Steven. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it. You got to do it.
The pages have to have a lot of weight to them, and they have to like know what they're doing. Like they have to move in the proper way for you to read it and have like the full context of the situation, you know?
Wait, you're saying you don't just read it as fast as you can, just get it over?
No. You got to take your time. Okay. It's not a race.
It's like done.
Listen, I'm a 2-page chump. Okay.
I'm a cover guy.
So, oh, dude. No, I love the I love the idea of the Zombie Date Night, though. I also think it has a lot of potential for just like an anthology book as well. Like, you know, because you clearly have.
I think it's just more. I got to see what people think about it too, because like I have certain ideas, but like with Slowpokes, I have an idea for the second one. I have an idea for like where that's going. Zombie Date Night, I had an idea where the story was going till the end, but I'm like still thinking like, all right, where can this go? Like this is not going to go to space. This is not going to go to it's not going to do that. But I think I hope people like it. And also I wanted to make sure that in my second go around, I'm not just, I love the sloths, but I don't want to be just the sloth guy. Like, I am the sloth guy, but it's like, I'm just waiting to see. I want to see what people think about it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I totally understand that. That's why I told Steven he can never draw me again. Steven can never draw me again, no matter what.
Literally like four to 5 per page, I think is how many times I drew you.
I'm done being in
37.
Except for I'm going to be in Steve's book.
That's right. Yep. You're going to be in the Zombie Date Night 2, getting ripped apart by zombies.
That's right. Steven, though. Steven, if I have to pay for some of it, I want Steven to be a zombie who kills me, if that's possible. Because how funny would that be?
That would be if you guys are on the cover as the couple. Like as
okay, listen.
I have 2 spots open for the cover, like where you and whether
that's cool.
Whether you and your girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
One of my best friends got the cover with him and his girlfriend are going to be on the cover of the next Zombie Date Night as zombies.
That's awesome.
So, Steven, I'm going to be in the book. Maybe you should pay for us to be on the cover.
Or he could pay for his lovely wife his high school sweetheart as a
cover. I'm going to pay for Anthony.
Yeah. Do you really want to see Tina like that? Do you want to see her in that condition? Do you want to see her just undead and rotting and terrible? No, she's sweet and lovely and should just be alive forever. She should not be a zombie.
See, in my weird fictional universe for this, I'm imagining that Tina got away with the kids, and unfortunately, Anthony and I were not as lucky. But she's safe somewhere, and she's kicking butt, and Anthony and I are just zombie.
Just say it, Steven. You know what we are. You know what we are.
Say it.
I don't know
out loud.
Vampires. No. The lovers, dude, obviously. Zombie lovers. No, but that would be cool. It's really cool, dude. I love that you're doing that stuff. Do you? I didn't check for when you plan on releasing the book. Do you have an idea about that?
When the Kickstarter is over, I will be releasing it as soon as possible.
Awesome.
So right now it's getting lettered. At first they were looking for a letterer. It was taking them a little while, but then they found somebody, and now whenever that it should be done fairly soon. It'll be done before the Kickstarter. So awesome. Once the Kickstarter is over, if I make the funding, however many people ordered,
you're gonna make the funding.
We'll see what happens. Because that'd be hilarious if I did a 60-day Kickstarter and it just stayed stagnant.
Oh no, I think you're gonna make it. I feel like you're gonna make it within a week or so.
You're already at that momentum level where people are gonna see that you have enough investment that they're gonna. Because I think a lot of what holds people back is it's probably not gonna get funded, but this is obviously gonna get funded, so they're gonna.
Yeah, well, here's hoping. But it's even funnier too because a lot of Kickstarters I see it's like 10 grand. I was like, I can't ask people for 10 grand.
I know.
That's crazy. I was like, I'm not. I mean, some people do make that, and kudos to them. But I don't have a name yet. I'm slowly getting followers, slowly talking to people, and getting my feet wet. And for me to ask for,
I know,
$10,000 is ridiculous. Also, I'm like, I don't have enough. I don't know what I can do for 10,000. I was like,
I'm gonna juggle. I'm gonna dance a little on camera.
I'll do anything.
This is my OnlyFans. I know it looked like a comic book when you came in.
So funny enough about OnlyFans, I did think about doing an OnlyFans for the slots. But
nice. That would be so funny.
What is the content? I was like, I don't have sloths around.
It's just photoshops of sloths around things that they shouldn't be around. Yeah. Mini sloths, baby sloths. Not babies, just small sloths. Not babies.
Come on, that's
tiny sloths.
Like pygmy sloths.
Pygmy sloths. It's miniature sloths. I'm gonna cut all that out. So it sounded like I didn't say that. Dude, I'm so excited though. Do you have a plan for the next thing you're going to work on that isn't this? Are you going to go back to Slowpokes? Are you going to give us Slowpokes 2 yet?
I will tell you this. So I'll talk to you offline about what I'm working on for the year. So I have 2 projects coming up after Zombie Date Night. Awesome. And then we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it'll do well or not do well. We'll see what happens. But it's getting done, and that's all that matters to me. I just want to get this done and have some content out there. Mm-hmm. But the goal for these Kickstarters, it's not for the money or anything like that. I want to make sure people want it, first of all. 2, they want to enjoy it and have fun with it. And 3, whatever money I make from this, or just, even if I break even, it will go towards my next project. Right. Mm-hmm. So I just want
to keep buying sloths for reals, so you can make an OnlyFans account for those sloths, and then it's about the money. It's a several step plan to get that money. You heard it here first from Steve Urena himself. I didn't say it.
Well, I like the way you said that too. Get that money.
But no, dude, we're totally trying to do the same thing. That's all. We just want to keep making cool books.
But that's the best part about connecting with you guys, because I do want to work with you guys. I do want to do stuff with you, and I'm sure that will happen in the future.
Oh yeah,
especially the musical that we're going to write, where it's the shovel guy from Home Alone 1 and the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2.
The pigeon lady from Home Alone.
And it's basically La La Land in Home Alone.
It has to be, right? Oh, dude, it's gonna be so good.
It'll be so great.
I actually think that's a spin-off podcast where we do scenes from this movie.
I mean, we honestly could make a spin-off podcast where we just make musicals every episode of based on different movies. Just why not? What else are we doing with our lives?
I mean, we could do the parts and everything to do scenes. I mean, come on, you got to do what the meet cute is between the pigeon lady and
100%.
So even funnier about that is the pigeon lady and the shovel guy. They things are going well, and what do they argue about? What do they talk about? I would be so into.
Well, it would have to be this huge combination movie where it's Harry and Marv, right?
Yeah.
Harry and Marv finally get out of the joint, and the 2 people that help stop them both times are in this relationship.
Like we're gonna rob their house.
We're gonna take everything they have. That's just pigeons. It's just pigeons.
Pigeons and shovels.
Oh my God. Yeah, we should do a musical podcast, or at least a musical segment or something. Yeah, it's musical time. It's the little segment.
We were the sticky bandits, now we are not. We were the wet bandits, now we forgot what we're doing.
We're dry.
so dry.
We're dry, but we try. We'll never cry. Please wipe the tear from your eye, Marv. That kid is gone.
I can't wait till you're like in bed at like 3 a.m. and you're just thinking about it.
Oh, I'm gonna come up with actual songs about this now. We should do. Well, would Kevin McAllister be in it at all, or are we just gonna completely be like forget Kevin? It's just these two and Marv, Harry and Marv.
Yeah, well, you need the traps, right? You still need the traps.
You need the trap. I mean, that's one of the most fun parts of Home Alone. But so okay. You said like, why would they fight? I think that like maybe the shovel guy is shoveling so much that the birds are flying away. Like, you know, when he throws the snow, the birds are like, nope, can't have this. So she's like, you're scaring away my birds, and he's like, they're getting in the way of my shoveling, and then they butt heads, and while they're fighting. That has to be.
I think that's your spin-off. It's just like, will they make it? Will they not make it?
Will they? Won't they? Everyone wants to know. That's what the people are here to find out.
Yeah, birds of a feather from the book of Home Alone. Speaking of, I try not to talk trash, but I will talk trash about this. The new Saw movie, I was not a fan of it.
I haven't seen it, but I've only heard bad things about it.
I thought the concept was cool. I just thought the execution could have been.
Oh, better. Really? That sucks. I mean, that's like perfect fodder for a remake or a reboot or something. Then it's like, oh, the concept was good. It was just everyone we had involved sucked and was terrible.
I mean, I think just the terrible thing. Like, I'm a huge horror movie fan, but like with Saw, it's like they killed off the guy that's the most interesting. It's like, you know, he dies of cancer and like that's it. Like, you know, what I mean, like who?
Yeah, of course.
You can't bring him back because he's not.
Yeah, they screwed themselves like right away with that series. They were like, he's dying, that's why he's doing this. And it's like, okay, well, you just put like a ticking time bomb on your character. So like, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I should have done something where it's like, oh wait, he's not.
He's not dying. He realized he's not dying, and he's now. Oh my God! Can you imagine like Dexter versus Jigsaw? You know, like because like what Jigsaw is doing is obviously like he's well intended, but also sociopathic. You know, like he has, but he's
the thing is with Jigsaw that doesn't make sense. So he has all this time to like, you know, before he dies, right? He's like he might die soon. Why would you spend your life building those fucking machines? That would take you forever.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully he's not building machines until he wants to, you know, he finds out he's dying. Because I mean, honestly, what we're concluding here is that he was going to kill people before he found out he was dying because he had all these contraptions in lying in wait.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
He made this reverse bear trap. Can we use that for anything? No. What are you doing with that?
It's nuts. Like he spends months and months and months like trying to accomplish what they accomplished in Fight Club just by like putting a gun to a guy's head for a minute. So anyway, they pretended like they were gonna kill him. He runs away and they're like, tomorrow he's gonna live his life and actually appreciate everything, which is a terrible way to teach that lesson. But
that's like the McDonald's version of Jigsaw. It's like, listen, that was 5 seconds.
That was 5 seconds.
The whole day where he's cutting off his feet or whatever.
Who has time for this? You know,
yeah, exactly.
Like, who is okay? Like
not Jigsaw. I'll tell you that. That's who doesn't have time for this.
The clock is ticking.
Going over traps, like, like, do you think it's better if we do like the pig mask here or like here? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like just the thought process of him like doing it, like he had to have made mistakes in the beginning. Like, shit, like I shouldn't have done that. That's
Can you imagine him? Can you imagine him with like his like Zoolander miniatures? Like he's playing Mousetrap, trying to figure out how he's gonna scare these people.
That's cool. Like he's talking to him.
I need that scene, and I need him to be singing the Mousetrap theme all like it's a zany crazy contraption. This is gonna be like Mousetrap.
That's what it is, right? Someone was just like, you know what would make this game so cool if it was scary and made by a monster, you know? So, I mean, dude, I played Operation today with my son, and I was like, first of all, there's a lot wrong with this game. Like, this guy swallowed a wrench. He swallowed he swallowed a whole bucket. He swallowed a pencil. He swallowed a horse. He swallowed a tiny horse. His nose is glowing red, and he vibrates violently. Let's bring a child in. We need someone to work on this body.
We need a child.
we need the tiny hands.
Bring in the child.
Bring in the child. Steve, it's been so much fun having you here. Where can the people find you, and what can we do to help beyond this?
All right, if you want to help, please go to Kickstarter, look for Zombie Date Night and back. We have so many different things that you can get. If you want to get a digital version, we got that. We got shirts, we got posters. We can kill you as a zombie. We can make you a zombie. Like, I got the 2 choices for the next one. We can make you and your significant other or your best friend, whoever, your best friend, whatever you got to do. We can put you on the cover. I have so many things. I just want you to enjoy Zombie Date Night, have fun with it, and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend.
Awesome, dude. It's been so much fun having you.
2 chains.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna keep selling this and talking about it on the podcast.
Listen, I know your book got backed, and I want to keep doing that for you guys. You're talented as fuck, dude. Like doing all that drawing stuff in what, a day, 2 days?
Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, there a few of them were, but still, yeah, those pages were final. Those last few pages, I don't know why it was just taking me so long to get to, but I was like telling Anthony, like the best part is the one of the pages I finished on Father's Day was like the page where he's pulling his son out of his crib and all that. It was just like, it was like this weird, like randomly, like unintentionally touching moment as I was like paneling that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like this is Father's Day, and this, this is like the scene where him and his son like have the start for him. But yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't take them well, but I appreciate it.
All right, so Steven, what are you doing next week?
I'm gonna color 5 pages. I'm gonna go 5.
That's good. All right, next week, this week, I'm going to completely finish lettering this comic book. Like, just completely finish it. So we're going to have a readable book that we can actually send out to people and make them cry already. So we're gonna get it to the people. Steve, how's your life looking this week? What are you gonna be up to?
I'm going to be on Thursday. We're doing Zombie Date Night Thursdays, and just trying to promote this Kickstarter, trying to get it into as many hands or eyes or pages, as you would say, two page chumps as possible.
Dude, it's been so much fun talking to you. Thank you so much. Everyone who's watching, listening right now, check out Steve's work. We'll post all the links everywhere we can. His previous work has been fantastic, so I can only imagine that it's getting better as he goes. Right, Steve? No pressure?
It's going down.
It's going down. No.
I didn't even color some of the pages like Elf.
So yeah, it's been so much fun having you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for listening. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, we are available on youtube.com/wehaveissuespodcast. Join us and find us on Twitter. Ask us all the questions in the world. We have all the links. We'll post everything below. We love you. I'm exhausted. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And I'm Steve Urena. Have a good night.
Have a good night. We have issues. I think your hair looks more like you're about to do like some kind of suplex on someone. Like you're about to like bah, like headbutt someone.
Like wrestler? Are you saying I have like wrestler hair right
100%.
now?
Like I feel like you're gonna take something. Like you're gonna go into the top.
Listen, everybody, you don't want to know what the heel Stevie Wildcard's gonna do tonight on WWW6 Raw. Because I can't use the other brand because then we could get in trouble for it. But I'm gonna take his head. WWW6 Raw.
That's awesome. Like the done phase scene.
Do the song, Steven.